afternoon, guys. Same process as Heather and Max on either side. There are no embargoes, so please raise your hand to let us know that you'd like to ask a question. We'll take... Is there any Italian-speaking media in the room? OK, we'll hold until the end of the press conference, if that's OK. We'll start with English. Somewhere to start, please, Simon.
Hi, Pep. You've obviously been phenomenally successful in the Champions League in the old format. With the way that this competition has been restructured, do you have to look at the 8 games in a different way, or what are you trying to do? Are you trying to finish top to get a seeding, or just a top 8, or how does it work?
Win our first game, and the second one, and see what happened. And the last games, take a look. Just like in the Premier League, it's not necessary to take the table right now. It will be in the future. Is win the first game and the next ones, and after we see. But for all of us, it's new, so. And maybe for more experience next seasons, if we are lucky to play this competition, so maybe we can read better what you have to do. But normally in the past, when you have success to go through in the group stages, we at home always we were able to win all the games except 1 year. Make 9 points, and this is what you have to do. Our games at home, you have to try to take the points, otherwise everything can happen.
Martin?
Hi, Pep. Obviously, you had a very special night against Inter sort of 16 months ago. Do you feel that they're a better team now than they were then, Inter?
It was a better team in that moment. It was a good team in that moment. It's a really good team right now. So, same manager. Simone knows have incredible patterns, and you know, in Italy the last years they were the best. So in Italy always have been a tough league, a lot of experience, and so competitive. And tomorrow will not be an exception.
Have you watched that final back a lot of times?
Yesterday, the first time. Yeah.
Man City v Inter seems like exactly the sort of game UEFA would want for the start of this competition. But some of the players are already talking about having to play extra games. Having sort of to play into January in this group stage, is that more kind of mentally difficult as well to plan for?
I said many times, I don't think much about the future, about what happened in January and February, or what is the mental. So I don't know. I'm focusing and prepare well the game and try to win tomorrow. And after restful days, Arsenal and Watford, and I don't think much, honestly. I always have been like that. So it's because I don't know what's going to happen, not even tomorrow, imagine in January. Many things can happen. So I think in the modern football, modern sports, you have to handle the present and what is the next game, and that's all.
Pep, good afternoon. Good to see you. For a lot of City fans, that final back in 2023 was a wonderful occasion. What's your most vivid memory of that night?
That was nice, tight game. First half was much better than the second half. After goal, we have one clear chance to fulfill. They have 2 clear chances. The coin came in our side. Could go to the other side. It's so nice to have. Inter have many Champions League, we have just one, so winning was, of course, special, but if I analyze the game, it was so tight, because I said in the days before the final, remember how tough is the opponent. Now the people believe me more, because the people need to see really how strong they are. And but it's not a final now, it's a game at home. We are not going to go to Milan. It's completely different. And with our people, try to, you know, our games at home, to try to do it.
How much inspiration, perhaps, will your players draw from that wonderful night tomorrow?
Sorry?
How much inspiration will your players draw from that night when they play into tomorrow?
So I think they have to know what you have to do. They have to adjust something, because for the way they attack is so difficult to control. And in that moment, about the inspiration, about the emotions, I think I'm so cold on that. So the first game of the group stage for the 8 games, and after what happened in the future. So it's just tactically be present. What do you have to do?
Sam, please.
Hi, Pep. I wanted to ask about Kevin De Bruyne, because obviously he had the difficult injury last season and then he came back. A lot of assists, some games really good, some games not so good. But it seems like this season he started it as good as ever. How does he seem, how does he feel around the training pitch in games?
Yeah, I agree. But it's the same with Erling in all the comments after the game. So I said the season will start now, and there are a lot of games. Of course, start really well, come back good, help us especially in the Premier League games, in the competitions that we had. But I will see. So every 3-4 games, so cannot sustain in any player every week. And but yeah, I'm happy his mood is good and he's playing at a good level.
And in terms of Phil Foden, when he's back available for selection, should we expect him to be playing more in the central areas now, like at the end of last season, or could he still be used on the wing?
Yeah, we have Gundo now back and have other players, but yeah, his position, it's better, is there. But when everybody's fit, the contention is tough, and they have to compete, for themselves, for perform well. I want to rotate, but they have to prove when I rotate they are ready to play. When they don't perform well, I rotate less. So the business here is win the next game, and not because I'm going to give presents for this player or the other one. I wanted everybody involved because it's the best way to avoid the injuries, to be fresh and mentally, physicality, but they have to perform.
Hi, Pep. Erling has 99 goals in 103 games for City. If he scores tomorrow, he'll beat Cristiano Ronaldo to be the fastest player to get to 100. I think Ronaldo got 100 goals in 105 for Real Madrid. What do those numbers say about Erling? And how much better can he get? Akanji was talking at the weekend about him becoming an all-round player, involved in the game a lot more. But can you just talk about those kind of numbers? Because you've said in the past that those are the kind of Messi and Ronaldo numbers.
Well, can evolve, but if you tell me in the next 100 games I score another 99 goals, for me it's fine. So if you want to improve, don't improve. Score next 100 game 99 goals, I'll be more than delighted. And City and all the organization for Man City as well. And I think for him as well. So, but I think the experience playing game, they will improve. So it's difficult to improve when you don't play. So as much games he's going to play in this club, he will be a better player for a natural way, not because we say something special or he practiced something special, in a natural way.
Are those numbers surprised you, though? Because you knew you were getting a goal scorer, a guy that was a great finisher, but had those numbers even surprised you?
A little bit, yeah. Do you know why? I played 11 years as a professional, as a football player. I was a football player in the past, I scored 11 goals. This guy in 4 goals scored 9. So have one more game, equalize me. So imagine if he surprised me.
And just on the improvement, Pep, in him, do you sense there is that hunger and thirst in him to improve? He's a player who just isn't satisfied.
The difference of last season, he feels his body, his niggles, and he's tired, and the night in his head, it feels better. I think the difference between this season and the previous one, or especially in the first season, I make incredible numbers, the year of the travel. Like he came from Dortmund with a lot of problems muscular in the first month, they struggled a little bit with that. So far, he feels, I'm clean, I feel good here and no problems. But what I said before with Kevin answer, so every 3-4 days, game. I don't know, in 1 or 2 or 3 months' time. So I don't expect, so every single game I score 3 or 2 goals. So I don't expect that. At the moment that is going to happen, it's not a problem because I know the quality is there. But I think the difference of last season is what I said. Feels good, no problems. And when a player had, not just him, all the players had that feeling, he can perform his best.
Is that a bit worrying for opponents that he's still being able to hit those numbers, even though he's had injuries, missed 2 months last season, he's had niggles and problems to get with, and he's still got to that.
The opponents will find a solution to control these numbers of goals, and we have to find the resolution to beat them, to find a way. But of course they are going to find, and after when that's happened, it's because there will be more players over him, and now have to create an environment around him to another player score goals. So, but hopefully he can continue his mindset positive, and he can continue to help us.
One more in English, guys, then we'll take some Italian. Paul?
Hi, Pep. You've studied Inter's games, obviously, a lot this season. What in particular makes you think that they're such a dangerous team for you to face tomorrow?
Inter?
Yeah.
First, it's the historical team, the incredible mentality. They are built to win every single game. They are created to win the competitions. Last year's won a lot, and that means the mindset of the players that I'm able to do it. It's quite similar to us. And they have a good high pressing, almost man-to-man, similar Brentford. And after they defend with the typical mentality in Italy that they have to suffer, I don't know how many, as much minutes they are not a problem. Strong team in set pieces, good, incredible qualities in the build-ups with Bastoni, Canaloglu, Cherby, Pavard, and after good guys coming for the second line, especially Barella, Mkhitaryan as well, but especially Barella. I don't know if Di Marco will be fit, but every time crosses arrive with 4 or 5 players in the box. Yeah, complete team. You cannot win the Italian league or being in the positions in 2 years ago with the same manager, 90% of the players the same ones, the final Champions League, if you don't have something, special.
In Italian, please.
Buongiorno Pep, ben trovato. Hai detto che hai rivisto la finale per la prima volta ieri. Ecco, ti aspetti quell'Inter con quella ferocia, con quell'aggressività, con quella pressione che poi è stata capace forse in quell'aspetto, no, di arrivare molto vicina al livello del City?
Sì, ma io non mi aspettavo prima la finale, perché sarebbe una gara che noi possiamo pensare che eravamo molto molto più forti di loro. Una cosa che la media dice è andare a una finale facendo che siamo più deboli degli altri è un sogno, e in questo in Italia siete maestri. Quindi, ma io sapevo che sarebbe forte come sarà domani. Ho un grandissimo rispetto per loro, per quello che fanno da tanti anni, e niente, sarà una gara diversa, perché una finale Champions League è completamente diversa di una partita della fase di gruppo, ma vediamo se possiamo imporre il nostro gioco e giocare una bella gara.
Buongiorno, volevo chiederle una cosa su Lautaro Martinez, perché quando l'avete affrontato in finale di Champions era già un giocatore forte, simbolo dell'Inter, ma in questi 2 anni poi è diventato anche capitano, ha vinto lo scudetto da capocannoniere, la Coppa America con l'Argentina. Secondo lei è a livello di quelli che gareggiano per il pallone d'oro? È a livello pallone d'oro per lei Lautaro Martinez?
Forse. Sì, lo può, come no? Ma mi auguro lo vinca un giocatore della nostra squadra, ma anche ci sono gli altri, ma senz'altro un giocatore sensazionale, quindi per essere capitano, attaccante, giocare con l'Argentina campione del mondo e la Coppa America e fare tante gol, tu devi essere un giocatore speciale, se no è difficile. Ma ci sono tanti nell'Inter che sono bravi.
Ciao Peppe. Ci eravamo lasciati dopo la finale con le parole che hai ripetuto adesso, cioè di un Inter molto forte, una squadra che ti piace e ti piace anche come gioca. Ti chiedo, secondo te è una squadra che può tornare a competere ai massimi livelli per vincere la Champions League? È arrivata a questo livello, in Italia si è detto dalla finale in poi l'Inter è cresciuta come mentalità, ha stravinto il campionato, è tuttora una delle prime in Europa, secondo te può vincere la Champions?
Sì, la può vincere, sì.
Just the last one there, please. Thank you.
Buongiorno, rispetto a quella finale però l'Inter ha un centravanti diverso. A Istanbul c'erano Dzeko e Lukaku, adesso c'è Thuram che ha caratteristiche diverse. Che tipo di giocatore è per te Thuram, se ti piace o meno, e come cambia l'Inter con lui rispetto a quella che hai affrontato 2 anni fa?
Va un po' più allo spazio, che andava Thuram, Dzeko e Lukaku, mi sembra, fortissimo, che aveva fatto una coppia bella con Lautaro, giocatore che può attaccare il channel, può andare più in profondità, che forse Dzeko per l'età no, poi lo poteva fare, ma anche si deve fare la sponda con loro, con lui, si complementano bene perché i movimenti che fanno sono molto chiari, lo fanno molto bene, quindi è un grande acquisto per loro.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Hello guys, same process again. Questions in English first please, and then from Italian media after that. We start with Simon again.
Hi, Rodri, hope you're okay. Just on a personal level, it's only kind of a matter of months since you won the Euros with Spain, a year after winning the Champions League with Man City scoring the winning goal. You've been nominated for Ballon d'Or, but you are regarded as one of the favourites. You're not a striker in the way that most of the winners are. What does that make you feel about how you've played, and do you hope to win, I suppose?
Well, to be honest, very, very happy for everything that happened to me the last years. I mean, winning what we win and in the last summer Euros with my country is just a dream. And yeah, it's the consequences of the work hard and the consistency and never give up, and this kind of thing. So I always said that individual awards is just the consequences of the work. I really feel right now that the people is recognizing my work and and trying to push me to win it or whatever. It's not something I think, to be honest. It would be a dream, of course, because I never thought I could arrive to this stage, to this moment. But in the other hand, I mean, once you arrive here, you just want to, people say what they think, vote, and that's it. I would have said whatever it is. And as you said, the things of the position, I know I play a different role than the most players that are nominated in these trophies, I know, but it's also show that the football can be beautiful in different views, You can be beautiful playing as a midfielder or scoring goals or being a defender, We all know how football works. But I think there's lots of people that really appreciate the role of the midfielder, so let's see what happens.
Hiya, Rodri. There's been quite a lot of talk about the amount of games that players are playing at the moment with the expanded Champions League. Obviously, you've got the Club World Cup next summer. In your mind, because you've been quite outspoken about it as well, in your mind, how many games a season do you think is an optimum level for an elite player to play?
Honestly, I don't know the exact number. I think from my experience, I can tell you that 60, 70, no, obviously. I think between 40 and 50 is the amount of games in which a player can perform in the highest level. After that, everything comes, you drop, because it's impossible to sustain the physical level. And I think this years we're going to go until 70, maybe 80, I don't know. Depends on how far you go into competitions. In my humble opinion, I think it's too much. I think we have to take care of ourselves. Someone has to take care of ourselves, because we are the main characters of this, let's say, sport or business, whatever you want to call it. I think not everything is money or marketing. It's also the quality of the show. So in my opinion, when I'm when I'm not tired, I perform better. And if the people want to see a better football, we need to rest. Just something to put in there, but that's what I think.
And just on the quality of games, I think Erling Haaland said in the summer that he didn't think the European Championship, some of the games there, were of the same quality as he'd seen previously. Do you think that is sort of true of every competition at the moment, that the quality of football is probably not as high as we've seen?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the beginning of the season, it might yes, but now because you end a season very, very close to another one, maybe you start not in the best shape as possible. So I agree with you. When the amount of games start getting bigger, the performing and the quality of the games are lower. So let's see what football goes. In my opinion, I would prefer to have less and better quality, better show for the people.
Rodri, good to see you. How do you assess City's mental strength at the moment? Because to do what they've done in recent seasons requires a lot of factors, but the mental side of things seems to be a big factor. How would you assess the mental strength of your teammates at the moment?
Yeah, I agree because there's a lot of tiredness, there's a lot of, as we said, long seasons and you have to start again. So most of these situations you kind of cover with a mental strength, trying to be strong, trying to get the machine again rolling by winning or by performing well. I think the start of the season was great for us because the early you got into this, into this run, the easiest to continue in the season. So, I think that's the key, trying to be as fit as possible and try to make as you say, the focus and the mental health be strong in this moment and followed by the season.
Keep it to one each, guys, so we can get through as many as we can. Martin?
Hi, Rodri. Pep said just now, he said he's only just watched the final against Inter for the first time yesterday. Just wondered how many times you've watched it, and in particular your goal.
Well, the full game, maybe 1, 2. Small clips like thousands, to be honest. But yeah, I think we were watching the game yesterday, analysing them because they haven't changed much in the way they play, and yeah, it was great to see us back. He told us that he was the first time he watched the game, so yeah, I mean, this is football. I mean, it was a great time, but now life goes on and we have other challenges or goals in our heads. So yeah, we need to go move on and try to start as well as possible this new competition.
Hi, Rodri. How much have you appreciated your time off that you've had since the Euros to kind of get a bit of rest? And did you switch off from football, or were you sort of watching City Ipswich on a telly somewhere?
Well, it was great for my legs, great for me. I had like 1 month, and after I need to recover a little bit also. So I think in general terms, like 2 months that have been great for me to stop a little bit and to prepare myself. I think nowadays it's even more important to do these kind of things than not come early and do a pre-season. I think football is changing in that way. But yeah, it helps me a lot to stop. I don't watch much football. Of course, when they start the pre-season, I watch them, but try to disconnect. And as your partner was saying, I mean, the mental health in that sense is important to, refresh and move on.
Hey, Rodri, just going back to the schedule again. You said a minute ago that someone's got to take care of us, take care of the players. Do you think it will get to a point where, after playing so many games or being asked to play so many games, that the players will say, I don't want to be part of this, and they'll actually end up like going on strike or not refusing to play in such a big kind of calendar?
Yeah, I think we're close to that. I mean, because it's easy to understand. I mean, if we're asking something, and I think it's something general, I think you ask any player, he will say the same. It's not like the opinion of Rodri or whatever. No, so I think it's a general opinion of the players. And if it keeps this way, it will be a moment that we have no other option. I really think. But let's see, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's something that worries us because we are the guys that suffer. So, yeah.
Hi, Rodri. The latest news is that you've been offered a contract from City. So I was just wondering if you could give us some insights into your thoughts on your future and how you see your career going in the next 2, 3, 4 years.
Well, nothing much to say. I have, with this, 3 more years at the City, and when I signed the contracts, I don't think on other teams. I just think on finishing. So yeah, I have a contract with City. Nothing else I can say.
James, yes.
Rodri, just on the schedule again. The World Players Union have talked a lot about the dangers and the perils of it. The world's top player, are you as top players now, is it becoming quite an open topic of conversation among you privately, the schedule and your quiet moments, and how big an issue is it? Like the players in, when you join up with Spain, do you talk about it, and do the players at City talk about it, and do you think at Real Madrid and Barcelona and all the top clubs, players are starting to talk about it and it's becoming a thing for you?
Well, I don't know, because I can only tell you about my club and my national team. But yeah, it's something we're worried. It's something that, of course, it's not the same for all the players because not all the players play 60 games. Depends on which team you are. Depends if you play more or less. But all of us, we think the same. It's not just about that because it's also the time you have to break. Many things. So yeah, it's something we're worried. As we said before, and yeah, let's see what it brings us. All these things.
The last one in English with the answer, please. Thank you.
Hi, Rodri. Hi. Again, on the schedule. So Erling has had a decent start to the season, you could say, and he's talked about how his long summer break has helped to this. Is his start to the season a good example of why you need a good break between the seasons?
Yeah, maybe it's a good example. I mean, he had a long break because, well, his country didn't qualify for the Euro, so long break. And you see how he's performing right now. He's turning again that beast we saw in the early days. And yeah, it can give you a clue that why we ask this. But I don't know. That's my opinion, and that's it.
Can we take some questions in Italian? There's a headset there for me, Rodri.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
Ciao Rodri. Qualche mese fa Cancelanoglu ha stilato la sua classifica dei 5 migliori registi al mondo, si è messo al primo posto e ha messo te al secondo. Io volevo sapere la tua classifica dei migliori registi al mondo.
It doesn't work, yeah.
No? Try this one.
I understand you, but...
No, okay. I repeat.
Go ahead.
Qualche mese fa Calhanoglu ha stilato la sua classifica dei migliori 5 registi al mondo, ha messo se stesso al primo posto e te al secondo. Volevo sapere se sei d'accordo e invece qual è la tua classifica dei primi 3 o dei primi 5 al mondo tra i registi. Grazie.
Well, it's what can I say? I mean, it's his opinion, respected. I'm not here to judge who's the best, who's not the best. I think you guys are more professional to analyze that, or the fans. I just want to be the best version of myself. I think he's a great player. I don't want to say who's the better. I want to be the best. That's why I perform, but I don't want to do a ranking.
Ciao.
Sorry.
Volevo chiederti se c'è un aspetto in particolare dell'Inter che vi preoccupa, avendo riguardato anche la partita ieri, e se c'è anche un giocatore in particolare da tenere in considerazione domani sera. Grazie.
Yeah, in English or Spanish? English. Yeah, we watch the game, but I don't need to watch them to know how they play because many times showing them, I know exactly the players and how they perform. But I don't know. I think they have many key players. I think they defend very well. Their transitions, they're very good. Very solid team. They know exactly what to do when they have the ball. For me, that's the most important thing. Of course, they have big starts like Lautaro or different players, that important players in the midfield, and well, I don't know, Barella, Calhanoglu, many of those. And yeah, I think a very complete team. I don't think they're like big star team. They have a main guy. They have lots of good players. They perform well as a team. They're tough to beat, so I think we will need our best performance to beat them tomorrow. Work collectively as a team. We know that it's going to be like knocking a wall because we know how Italian teams defend, so we have to do our best offensively.
Last one here, please.
Hi, Rodri. Concerning the midfielders, I mean, from a midfielder point of view, what do you think the Inter midfielder players have? Particularly, do they have something special? I mean, what do you like most of the midfielders? Because our concern is that after the Serie A match, in which Mr. Inzaghi changed a lot in the midfield, tomorrow probably will play Mkhitaryan, Barella, Calhanoglu. So there is a lot of concern in this area of the field. Thank you.
Yeah, I think yeah. Exactly, well, the same players that I'm playing from the last years, except Brozovic, let's say, that he moved on. yeah, I know them very well. I know them, how they perform, the quality they have, and the way they defend and attack in that Inter Milan. What can I say? I think they're good, very good players. We have to. They are the guys that control the game for them, and also they do something very well. Is the way they kind of pass from defending to attack in a very high speed, and how they control. So yeah, I think we have to watch out. They're strong in that area, but we're also strong too. So yeah, let's see. Good battle tomorrow to watch. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. Thank you, guys.